My name is Sonya Renee. I don't know my name. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I know, it's been a minute, and maybe you don't know it's been a minute because this is the first time you're ever seeing me. My name is Sonya Renee, and this is my YouTube channel that I haven't touched in a couple of years. But let's kind of jump into things and I got some explaining to do. My family has put together a list of questions for me to kind of like dive into. Where have I been? Who am I? What am I up to? Why you keep ditching YouTube? Those type of questions, you know. They're not being easy at all. Not at all. I mean, your family's, you know, they're your best supporter and your worst critic. So let's get into these questions. Are you ready? I'm not. All right. We're getting started now.
Who are you?
Who am I? Well, that's a good question. My name, like I said before, is Sonya Renee. Just Sonya, really. My mom is the only one who calls me Renee. So I've been doing YouTube for about 6 years. I think my first video was like in 2017. I am one of 6 kids, 5 older brothers. I am the only girl. And yeah, that's kind of me. I mean, I'm prior service. I've done martial arts for over 20 years. I played basketball, soccer, track, all the sports. I was a personal trainer for several years. I taught a lot of karate to youth and women, specialized in stranger danger, things like that. And now I'm just a person working a 9-to-5 desk job. That's what I am. That's who I am. It's me, Sonya.
As far as your YouTube channel goes.
What do you mean? As far as my... Oh, okay. So as far as my YouTube channel... It's going to be one of them fun interviews. So as far as my YouTube channel goes, I typically focus on fitness, right? Health and wellness, motivation, things around like just getting yourself living a healthy lifestyle. And documenting my journey to becoming the best version of me year after year. So... that's kind of what you can expect to see from this YouTube channel. I do have other interests and other hobbies that I may intertwine in there at some point. But for the most part, I do fitness and lifestyle.
Why has it been 2 years since you've posted a video?
Wow, shots fired. 2 years since my last video. Really don't have a good excuse or a good answer. I can say that work has taken a big demand on me. I have a new project. Like I said, I work a 9-to-5 job. This project is a 5-year project, and it's been very all-consuming. Very stressful at different times, but it is what it is. Also, I'm just lazy, to be honest. I've just gotten lazy. I haven't done what I've supposed to have been doing, you know, over the last couple of years as far as staying up with my fitness and staying up with my living a healthy lifestyle. Also, I've taken on some other projects like around the house, building things. We built a shed or a tiny house or a workshop, whatever you want to call it. It was supposed to be a shed, but then it grew, and we went overboard. And other household projects. I'll show you that later on, but yeah. That's kind of where I've been and why I haven't been around. I mean, really no good reason except for life.
What are your goals? And what contributes to you losing focus of those goals?
Well, I think my goals have been pretty the same goals, you know, for the past 5-10 years, right? Is to get healthy, to be able to live and, you know, have longevity with life. As well as, you know, I want to look good and feel good. Again, I'm healing from a lot of different injuries, from a car accident, some self-inflicted, some that's just out of my control that have kind of at times paralyzed me in my ability to move forward or to be consistent. But really my goals are to get down to a reasonable, healthy weight. You know, a lot of people train to look good. I want to train to feel good And as you get older, it's not just about what you see in front of the mirror. It's when I pick up that box, or, when I go to walk up the stairs, am I getting winded? Am I going to throw out my back picking something up? Or those type of things. I want to eliminate those. I want to be that person who's 85 and 90 years old and still can get out there and play with the grandkids, or, who can still do activities and do things fun. Just because you're older doesn't mean your life is over. So I'm training, and my goal is to have longevity.
What drives you?
It's a good question. The thought of not being enough or not being good enough. A lot of times, especially now with social media, it's really easy to get online and look at other people and think that you aren't enough, or you aren't good enough, or you aren't doing enough. So what drives me is to be the best version of myself without having to compare myself to others, right? Because you don't know what's going on in their household. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't even know if, what they're showing you is real, right? But for you, what drives you? So I want to be able to look back 20 years from now and have my grandkids look at me and say, well, hopefully I have grandkids, have my grandkids look at me and say, job well done, or I want, or my grandmom, my mama to, I don't know if I like the term grandma yet, but that woman, I'm getting all flustered. I don't even know. I just want to be able to look back at my life and feel as though I did everything that I could have done, and that I didn't get complacent and I didn't settle. So what drives me really is to be the best version of myself. Yeah, I guess that's my answer. What drives me.
What stresses you out?
So you just asked me what drives me. So now what stresses me out? I think some of the same things that drive me stress me out as well, right? So am I going to be able to be the best version of myself? So I alluded to earlier that I have a lot of injuries. So I have herniated disc in my neck, herniated disc in my back. Right now I'm in physical therapy for my shoulder, which if you saw probably 2 years ago, I was hanging from the rafters and I fell from a 8.5 foot ladder. And so I thought I was American Ninja for a minute. Anyway, I fell, and again, I have now some instability and some weakness up here, some tight tendons, all that good stuff. About 7, 8 years ago, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be a cop. So I was in California. I was trying out for LAPD, and there's a part of the exam where you have to jump over a 6-foot wall. So I was able to get over, but then I landed wrong and my knee landed like this. So now, 10 years later, for overcompensating, my knee is now weak. Around the adductors are really tight on the inside of my knee and right in the middle of your patella. Every time I walk down the stairs, I get a sharp pain. Or if I'm out walking, my knee buckles and it looks like I'm doing a pimp walk. So at times when I want to do more, when I want to get motivated to do something, a lot of times my injuries flare up and I'm reverted to just sitting around and laying around. That is very stressful for someone like me who always likes to have different projects to do or things to go. And just being in pain, and sometimes I can be brought to tears because of it, and just the inability to do what I once did. So I decided late last year, or, which was just like a week ago, but about a couple months ago, to really start taking back control of my life. One of the things was I got an MRI to see was anything torn. No, it's just degenerative arthritis from injuries, which makes me sound old, but I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm in treatment for those things. At the same time, I'm starting certain fitness challenges to get myself motivated back into living a healthy lifestyle and really stop making excuses. Because when I don't work out, when I don't, eat healthy, when I don't sleep properly, I'm not very much fun to be around. It mentally stresses me out. I know mental health is a big thing for people that we don't talk about, but I do go dark in some areas when I'm just feeling like there's no hope. And so I know there's hope, and I'm seizing the day, getting my act together. So those are the things that stresses me out right now. Of course, you know, the mundane of life, work, you know, money, all those things compounded, plus injuries, plus not being your best version of yourself, can really take you to some places that you don't want to go. And it's probably one of the reasons why I've been absent for 2 years. Wow. I did not want to go this deep. So I hope you all guys are enjoying, you know, I'm trying to be as real as possible and being transparent. So this is me.
What are some of your favorite hobbies?
So some of my favorite hobbies are some of the things that help me de-stress, right? So I said earlier that I was building a shed. That actually was a great de-stressor. At the same time, one of my biggest stresses. Because literally I threw my back out building it, and I was like down for like a month. And that happened twice. So I like woodworking. I like to build things. I like to create things. One of the reasons for the shed was really to be more of a workshop. I want to be able to travel and go places. I want to see the world. I know right now things are turbulent all over, but I mean, there's Rome, Athens, Greece, and that's just there. And there's South Africa. I want to see London. I like to go to Bali. I just don't want to go anywhere where, you know, as an American, I'm a target. So I want to go to I want to see the world. I want to see what's out there, right? Because I think far too often we stay right in our little circle of comfort. I know a lot of people who don't even leave the city limits of where they've grown up, right? And, you know, let alone just venture across and see, you know, the U.S. You know, I would love to do like a van life build or some kind of recreation like that and travel around and see all different parts of the U.S. I do travel a lot for work, but I go to very rural areas and I just see the inside of a warehouse. So I don't think that really counts. I want to actually go and see what every city or state has to offer and see some of its beauty and its glory, some of its history, which means that, you know, not some of the glorious, glamorous parts as well, but just see what makes up the U.S. And then I would like to broaden my horizons and go outside and travel and maybe finally get a passport. You know, I was in the Air Force for 10 years and I never left the U.S.
There was only one place you could travel to. Where would it be?
Whew. That's hard. Probably like somewhere like Japan or China. Only because I am, again, or even somewhere in Korea, right? Because I grew up watching Sunday Kung Fu theater. It's like some of you guys don't even know what that is. Black belt theater. And you would see all these like, you know, Kung Fu movies or karate movies where there was the central theme is that someone was wrong, somebody's family member was killed, and then this person who never knew martial arts or knew very little had to go up into the mountains and seek out this old master who had all the skills and knowledge, and they would train them up and send them back, you know, down into the regular town to defend their family honor or to get revenge or justice or whatever. And, you know, some of the landscape that they saw, like some of these temples, some of the, you know, the Great Wall of China, just different things like that. I really love Japanese culture. I have like in my bedroom, I have like not a meditation pad, but like a yoga mat set up so I can do my morning stretches and my mobility training. But I also have a lot of Japanese decor that inspires me, and just like I feel like I'm in that old school training, and you know, there's this old school master just saying, "Ha, like get it together, Sonya-san." So somewhere in Japan or China or Korea, something like that. I did 20 years of Korean karate, but I love all martial arts, so any one of those countries.
What do you consider to be your best trait or asset?
I think I'm pretty determined, right? So if I get a thought or an idea in my head, I'm determined, I'm focused to get it done. I get that from my mom, right? So 80 years old out there, 80 plus years old out there, 9 o'clock at night, mowing the lawn, right, in the dark in the summertime. Because why, it's one, she can get out there because she can, and two, she wants her lawn done. And it doesn't matter what time she starts or whatever, it's going to get done, right? So determination. My dad's the same way, right? I remember like coming, like late at night, he gets a project and he's up there and he's working on it. It's 11, 12 o'clock at night and it may not be going right, but he's going to keep going until he, solves it. I think that's one of my best attributes and characteristic traits that is I'm very determined. Like, doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to get the job done. I may not like it, but I will do it.
On the flip side of that, what do you consider to be your biggest flaw?
I think conversely, that could be my biggest flaw, right? So, I mean, yes, I'm very determined, but sometimes at my own detriment, right? So, like I said, I do have injuries, I do have some limitations, and I don't really let those limit me. So I will work myself until I can't walk the next day or I can't stand up or do something. So, trying to find that happy balance is a road that I really don't know how to achieve just yet. I mean, heck, my mom's 85. Hold on, 1939, 2020. My mom will be 85 this year, and she hasn't learned it either. So maybe there's hope. Maybe there's not. But I'm trying.
Okay, so if there was one thing you want to accomplish the most in 2024?
Outside of money, right? Outside of wealth or things like that, because I mean, everybody wants those things, and yes, those things are driving factors, but you can't take it with you, and it doesn't really, all the money in the world doesn't matter if your health is not right. So I just really want to be healthy. I want to live without pain. And so I'm going to do what I need to do to try to hit that goal. So I want to live without pain in 2024 for a change. It's been since 2009 when I got my first car accident that the pain came on, and it's been chronic. So since 2009, I've been living with pain, and I'm tired of it. Raja! Wake up. I know you can hear her snoring in the background. So what can you expect from Good Day Sonya in 2024? A lot of the same what you saw before. I mean, of course I'm going to be cooking and doing some meal prep videos. And yes, I'm going to be working out and taking along those routes. Yes, I'm still never going to be finished building that gym. It's always going to be a work in progress. But at the same time, I want you to see that my journey is no different than anyone else's. There's nothing special about me. If I'm doing this, you can do this. I'm going to be making certain small tweaks to start out, to get started with. Nothing big and elaborate. But again, those little 1% changes will have compounding effects, and you will be able to see those changes stack up and have a big drastic, effect down the road. Weight loss or getting healthy or recovering is not something that you can do overnight. There's no magic pill. There's no special diet. There's no special exercise to do. It is all encompassing. So how do we recover? That starts off with, are you sleeping well? What are you doing for like any massages, any kind of cold plunge therapy, sauna treatment, mental health? What do you do to, de-stress and relax? Yes, I'm going to be cooking. Yes, I'm going to be working out. But I just want to take you on the journey and let you see that if I can do it, you can do it too. So, and I would love to hear feedback from you guys as to what you want to see going forward as well. So drop those comments. Let me know. Am I on the right track? Am I taking you, off kilter? Or do you want to see something else? Maybe we'll do some challenges like, living like, who's a really good, living like J-Lo for a day. Like, what does she do for exercises? Or what's Beyonce's like fitness regimen? Or, Chris Helmsworth. I don't know. I can train like a dude. So what do you want to see from Good Day Sonya in 2024? Me, I'm just happy to be back. It's been a 2-year hiatus or 2 year of you know, missing in action. So I just want to be back. I want to bring you the best content that I can bring you, and I hope that you come along for the ride, and hey, we can be in this together. And if you've been around for any length of time, you know what I always say. Stay focused, stay positive, and keep it moving. Sonya Renee out. See you next time. There's no way to edit that out. Yeah, well, it picks up everything.
You'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
You see what you heard.
Covered her up and threw the dog outside. Should have threw you outside too.